In the first part of the exam, I will ask you some personal questions. Let's talk about food. What's your favorite type of food?
Um, I think my favorite food is fried rice. And in particular, I like shrimp fried rice just because it is so easy to make. And coming from China, I grew up eating this kind of food. So yeah, when I'm tired or whenever I'm feeling down, I would cook myself a pot of fried rice, mixing with whatever ingredients I feel like on that particular day.
And how often do you eat at restaurants?
Depends on my income. If I get a couple more paycheck in a month, I'll probably eat at a steakhouse once a week. Um, if I don't get as much, maybe twice or maybe every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. Yeah.
Do you prefer home cooked meals or eating out?
I definitely prefer home cooked meals because eating out can usually means I'm getting more greasy food and it's too many calories for a day. Especially when I'm not active, I prefer eating more healthy food. Yeah.
Now let's talk about communication. How do you usually communicate with your friends?
Um, I usually use social media apps like Instagram, Discord. As a Chinese, I use WeChat, which is very popular and widely used for a variety of reasons in China. So yeah, with my Canadian friends, I would use Discord, but with my parents or relatives in China, I would use WeChat.
Do you prefer texting or calling?
Most of the time, I prefer texting is because I don't want to interrupt other people's personal life. I don't know what they could be doing, so I usually just text them. If I have to call them, I would text them to ask for, their permission first, and then, I would start calling them.
Okay, now let's talk about hobbies and interests. What's your favorite hobby and how often do you do it?
My favorite hobby would be playing video games, and especially strategy games. I During my uni times, I almost play them every day, ranging from 1 hour to 3 hours, depending on my availability and how much assignments I have left to complete. Um, during holidays, let's say Christmas break, I would completely indulge myself in playing video games, and I would spend, I don't know, say 12 hours or 14 hours straight just playing with my friends. Yeah.
And how your hobbies changed since childhood?
Well, I had myopia problems as a kid, so I definitely couldn't get to play video games because my parents think that staring at a computer screen is a direct cause of myopia. So I mostly played with Legos or just hanging out with friends, like say playing soccer or basketball at the school grounds. But then ever since I got my phone and 2 years later I got my first laptop, that's when I started playing more video games. So there's definitely a huge shift from physical to sort of virtual on an electronic device.
And do you prefer hobbies that require physical activity or mental engagement?
Um, I think I like both. Um, but I think physical activity would have to come first. I've been sitting a lot, and recently I learned that I have some back problems. Being only at 22 years old, that's a little bit concerning. So I started playing table tennis, which both involves physical activities, but then, where do you hit the ball? The placement also requires a lot of mental game, which, comes from observing your opponent's moves and strategies.
Perfect. This is the end of the first part of the test. Now we move on to the second part. I'm going to give you
Right.
a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for up to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say and you can make notes if you wish. Do you understand? Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to describe a time when you helped a stranger. Your 1 minute of preparation starts now. Okay, your 1 minute is over. You can start speaking now.
Okay, so I would like to talk about a time where I helped one stranger student uh, at the university for his math final exam preparation. I I was studying in the library, I guess, and it was late in the night. And I saw this student also studying math. First of all, I do study math myself, and I saw him studying math, and he was struggling with that. So I approached him and I said, "I know the final math exam is near. Do you need help?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm very behind in my progress, and I would like some help." So I sat with him for a couple of hours, and he seemed pretty clueless about the final exam. So what I did is I took my previous notes from the particular course he's taking, and I went through the concepts and definitions step by step. And I would ask him questions of where exactly he didn't understand. Right, I would use my old assignments and problems to help him solve. So in the end, he was able to solve most of his practice exam, and he was really happy about that. And we went for a little, I guess that was close to midnight, a little midnight snack, and it was pretty relaxing. We had some steak and fries at the bar. I think, yeah, a bar at the by the university, and yeah, we exchanged the contacts and we became friends, and that made me really happy and actually um, caused my determination into further pursuing education in math, which is what I'm doing right now. I also work as a teaching assistant, taught many university classes ever since that. So this is definitely one of the door opening events for me to choose
Thank you so
education.
much. This is the end of the second part. Are you still in touch with your friend, with that person?
Yeah, we still chat on Discord or other social media platforms.
Okay, so now we move on to the third and final part of the exam. We've been talking about the time when you helped a stranger.
Hmm.
I'd like to ask you some general questions related to this.
Sure.
Why do people help strangers?
Um, my view is very materialistic. Speaking from a psychological point of view, I think ultimately people help strangers for themselves. Now, some people may help strangers for monetary reasons. Let's say if they're getting a financial compensation, then they would go for that. But there are also some people that get a sense of joy or achievement or satisfaction after seeing the strangers sort of resolve their problems by, through whatever means. And that is a psychological need as compared to a financial need I just mentioned. But either way, I think it's an internal drive rather than something external. So yeah, that is my materialistic viewpoint.
Perfect. Do you think people today are less willing to help others compared to the past?
Um, From what I've noticed, definitely yes. Um, I think there is more isolation, or people are more distant, both physically and psychologically from each other nowadays. It's because a lot of times we are doing things online. For example, um, you and we are, I don't know, thousands of kilometers away from each other, and we're already doing these activities. It actually prevented us from having more chances to talk to each other and to interact each other and feel each other's attitude and personality in person, so that we are becoming cold in a sense. Um, Another point that I want to mention is there are trust issues. For example, a lot of people are faking an injury and then would blame on whoever attempts to help. And this has been very common in China, especially among older age groups, that they might already have some health issues and they would fake a fall, or they would fall into a car or something and then try to blackmail the driver. So I think those kind of events going viral on the internet are also causing trust issues. As a result, people are definitely less likely to help each other. But still, I think we still have some kindness in our mind. So hopefully things change soon.
And should children be taught to help others?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think well, especially younger kids. I'm talking about kindergarten or early years of elementary school students, because these are period of time where kids don't have enough mental capacity or logical capacity to tell what's right and what's wrong. So it is not our job to tell the harsh reality of the society, rather to teach the kids a good side of the society, because the darker side they will learn on their own. If they grew up learning the darker side, and I think this is gonna lead them basing a lot of their knowledge and assuming a lot of these things, ideas, on the foundation that our society is cold, what do you call, cruel, and it is not a long-term goal. So in summary, I think we should always show kids the best sides of pretty much everything: society, world, education, I don't know, in day-to-day communication. It's just a
Perfect.
common sense. Yeah.
Thank you so much. This is the end of the speaking test. Now you can sit back and relax. I need 1 minute to go through your performance and add up your band score. I'll be back in one. I'm here. I just mute myself. Okay?
Okay, cool.
Do you want to know what band score you'll get in the IELTS speaking test? Perhaps you want to improve your performance and prepare yourself for the real test? Then why not book an online mock test with us that will last for 25 minutes? 12 minutes of the test itself and 13 minutes of comprehensive feedback, plus we'll give you useful tips on how to make your performance better. So, we know how to help you. Join us.
Okay, that was a lot of talking. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you give me this feedback, because I know this will help me. This is exactly what I need.
Although my job is hard, I enjoy doing it.
Because you have already practiced, or if this is the last time I'm going to on the exam day, you should make sure, okay, this is the last time I'm going to talk about
IELTS
Academy for our generation.
Find out movie and talk about what's in the movie and film. So, we were talking about cinema, film, or